Welcome to DRAGFest 2024, produced by Motorama Productions at the Lebanon Valley Fairgrounds, Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Showcasing over 200 cars. See nostalgia cars, vintage alters, slingshots, gassers, American muscle cars, and much more. Join Robert TV for an up-close walkthrough of the show. Exclusive interview with Larry Lombardo as he talks about his career history and many trophy wins. After 59 years, Scott Snizek reunites his dad's original front-engine altered racer, the Pacers Auto, the Tasmanian Devil. Get ready to watch DRAGFest 2024. Right here, right now, on Rider TV. Hello everyone, and thank you for stopping by today, checking out the channel. The two cars we just passed by that were covered up, there will be unveiled later on in the program. Make sure you see that, it's something very special. Doors open at 9 o'clock. We were able to get in at 8:30. Let's check out some racers in this first room.
Hey, my name is Brett Stevens. You're looking at my 1969 Super B. Starting from the front of the car, we've changed the bumper design that used to be the big clunky bumpers. They've all been cut and tucked. You can see how they're tucked into the side of the car. Yep, they're just an LED headlight with a highlighted halo ring. Hood that's been modified. It was the original hood. It's on electric actuators, so there's a switch that we hit and it lowers the hood all the way down and fits right over top of the engine. The color is black, jet black, as black as you can get, basically all tint. Painted in our backyard garage. This is about a 12-year on and off project. Yeah, the original color on this car was just standard yellow and black with the black tail stripe and the Super B emblem. We developed our own emblem for the car, logo for the car, Misbehaving is the name of the car, and just tied that same look as the original Super B. The taillight system is from a 2012 Charger, so we modified the whole rear of the car to be able to accommodate the light setup and be able to have some modern look to the old looking car. In the trunk we've got air ride on the right, and on the left side is the battery and all the electrical components. We had two guys that basically worked on the car. Joe Enley did body and paint, and Mark Bender was mainly the mechanical. It's got a lot of horsepower, but this is a Hemi. And you know, this is a 572 blown supercharged Hemi. Puts out about 900 plus horsepower on the motor. And you know, it was really fitting into the bigger is better and give us kind of a wow factor. But Hemi is the top of the line, and that just is what needed to go in this car. Custom exhaust ports coming out the rear panel, rear valves of the car. It's all stainless steel exhaust all the way through the entire car, all the way from the headers all the way back. Everything is painted yellow. It's got a Ford 9-inch rear by Strange. Everything is on Ride Tech air suspension. The interior is way different than the interior stock design. The dash is from a 1959 Buick. It's been cut and modified and manipulated to be able to fit into the car. The gauges are all Dakota digital gauges. We've got air conditioning, a YENKO style setup shifter with an automatic on a AOD transmission. Everything is leather. Got Corvette C3 seats that have been recovered in leather, front and back to accommodate. We've got the same bucket seats in the back that accommodate the wheel wells. And one thing that's really unique about this car, it's a full roll cage car, but if you look inside the car, the roll cage is completely buried in the interior.
I want to start out here. There's a couple of really neat cars here with some really great stories. So appreciate everybody being here, and you can always count on race fans to show up even when there's more bad weather coming. So glad everybody would be here, and I'm glad for my friends George and Scott here. So a few years ago, you guys may have seen the Tasmanian Devil Pacers fuel altered, the recreation of that. It was a tribute car. Actually, now it's too quiet, right? So it was a tribute car, and to the record-holding Dodge, Snizek and Dodge AA fuel altered from back in the '60s. So 3 years ago, Scott found the original car. So it was really in badly in need of restoration, and so body and chassis originally went over to Joe Q, which is Dennis's nephew, for some work in Poughkeepsie, and then the motor went to Dennis at Performance Services in Long Island. A year later, body and paint work were completed, and together the motor was rebuilt. And today, after 59 years, it's hard to believe, right? We get to reunite the original driver of the Tasmanian Devil Snizek and Dodge Pacers Auto fuel altered. Gentlemen, want to
thank you, Joe.
Well done. Well done. What's really cool about this is there have been a lot of original cars brought out, but the driver wasn't there to be a part of it. And to have the original driver of the record holding AA fuel altered. George, tell me, what was your first memory of driving this car?
Well, that's a long time ago. I got a big charge out of it. After driving, I actually started in a B dragster at Montgomery, New York. My partner Charlie Dodge, who passed away in 2002, he was the spark to build a car. He was a little 7, 8 years older than myself, and I was a kid, a 21-year-old kid starting out in drag racing. In fact, I started drag racing. I didn't even know about drag racing. I was involved with a stock car back in about 1957, 58. And I had been with this stock car at New Jersey. We came home from the race, and some fellas came in and they said, you want to go to a drag race? And I said, what the heck is a drag race? So we went out to Montgomery, to West Hampton, Long Island, and I'm seeing these cars running down the track, and 55 Chevys, 56 Chevys. And at the time, I had a 56 Ford. I was just out of high school. And I went over to one of the track guys. I said, what do you need to race here? He said, a helmet and take the hubcaps off. So that was my initial drive down the drag strip, was in my 55 Ford.
So tell me real quick, what does it feel like to be reunited with this car? Because certainly to drive this car, it wasn't a helmet and take the hubcaps off. It's a whole different ball game. When you put nitro in the tank, everything changes. What does it feel like to actually be back here with this same car that you set the record with 59 years ago?
Well, I tell you, it's really a big charge, and really something I'll remember forever. I'm not getting any younger, and everything I do each day, I appreciate, because age-wise, some of you other fellas that are out there, when you get older, things start to slip away on you. I've lost a lot of good friends in drag racing over the years. Some of them just in the previous couple of years. In fact, one of the fellas was very influential in getting this place set up with race cars. So to have the car back again and have my son take over more or less where I left off is really something I enjoy and live for.
So there you go. One last thing real quick. Touching on that, as drag racing is a family sport, a lot of us, myself included, got started because of our family and fathers being in sport. So actually this one's for Scott. Scott, what does this mean to you to be able to give this gift back to your dad and to be able to put this together with the help of Joe Q and of course Dennis Pittoni here at Performance Services. What does this mean to you to give this back to your dad?
You hit the nail on the head when you said it's all about family. The family was what was always around this car, what always made it, the magic happen with it. So to see this back and be back with my dad, it's just, there's no words for it.
When we were building the car, Charlie, my partner Charlie, said, we need a name that will be catchy. And at the time he said, how about the Tasmanian devil? What the heck is a Tasmanian devil? He said, it's a little creature that devours everything. It's not afraid of anything. And he said, we're not going to be afraid to run against anybody. So that's how we picked the name Tasmanian Devil.
Perhaps one of the greatest things that a fan can do is to create a tribute car to their favorite racer. And what we have, that you're going to see in a moment here, is a tribute to Shirley Muldowney's Pioneer Top Fuel Dragster, which is a car I remember certainly, going to Englishtown and Maple Grove Raceway and in the NHRA in the 70s. So Anna Marie, tell me a little bit about your first memories of Shirley Muldowney and what inspired you to take on this project.
My first memory as a car was at the package of one all the time. The other memory is like she went to now trying to be the first woman to do what she did. There's no escaping our roots. We got to remember our roots. So for me, as being a woman, I remember Shirley as, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now.
That's awesome. So, okay, it's one thing to watch your favorite racer and be inspired by Shirley Muldowney. What was the moment when you knew you wanted to race yourself, and where were you and what was going on at that moment, and what inspired you to actually buy a dragster and do recreation?
My husband and I were at Lebanon Valley with Nito. We were racing, and I see girl after girl coming back on the return road in dragsters. And I'm like, what is it with these girls and these dragsters? I got to find out what this is about. This looks cool. So I got into a dragster one day and I said, oh, I like this. I got to get me one of these. So that was the inspiration. And we went to Frank Hawley's drag racing school, got behind a dragster there, drove it, fell in love with it, and a few months later turned around and bought one.
I won Indy in 1968. I was the youngest at 19 years old in the history of drag racing. I hold the national record. I ran 4 times a week. Back in the 60s, I made like $800 a week. My dad had a gas station, free gas. It was $29.9 for gas.
Each one has its own story to it. I mean, they're just absolutely unbelievable here. We got
this was a stock eliminator, the big one.
The big one, yeah.
That's a class. You got to run class, and then you ran for eliminator. This is the Winter Nationals in California. I had run Dickie Smothers from Smothers Brothers Show. I beat him out there. He wouldn't even talk to me.
So he actually raced. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, Dickie did. Tommy just died last week.
Look at you here. Well, how old are you here, Larry? About
27.
27. Look at that.
Yeah,
huh?
27. This is a Jenkins car that I drove, and then Buckshot right underneath it.
Yeah. Now the jacket there, 76 Pro Stock. Wow, huh?
That was the one of the jackets. As you win, and what's amazing is you don't get the jacket that day. A month later, the jacket shows up, the shirt shows up, embroidered. And when I did this show in 2019, I'm opening stuff up, and the people are going like, I'm like, wow, that's really neat. Well, what do you mean? Didn't you ever see it? I never took it out of the bag. They were still in cellophane and stuff, you know.
Right down the wardrobe here, line. So we have.
I have so many.
After another.
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Let's get right to go walk with me back here, Larry. Something else I want to just kind of take a look at here. That you have a shot picture there of you and Lynn LeBlanc there. There you go. Wow, huh?
Yeah, that's Linda, me, and 2 of her cohorts there. It's good people. I mean, she's been my friend 50-some years. John Forrest and I are the same age. We're good friends. I mean, good friends with all. We traveled, eat, sleep, everything
Tell us
together.
about the helmet there, Larry.
That was my first helmet.
That is so hard to believe. It's like a rugby helmet. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, in the go-kart days.
That was it, huh?
That's my dad's station. This is Sinestri, who did the motors. These are all professional races, not sportsmen, but professional division championships. You got, this is from California. This is from Montreal, Canada. This one here is the World Championship trophy from NHR. That's the World Championship. This is the World Championship plate from AHRA, American Hot Rod Association. The Summer Nationals. I won the Summer Nationals like 4 years in a row in Jersey. This is the Phoenix, Arizona Winter Classic. Yeah, I won.
What a collection. Priceless collection.
I won a lot. This is what happens when you blow a tire out at 160 mile an hour and hit the guardrail. Tire.
What was that in now?
Indianapolis.
Yes.
Here I'm running. The flames, I didn't know it was on fire. Once they caught up inside, I was running to get away from it. Because all we had were fire jackets. There's signing from Maple Grove. That was actually on McDonald's placemats. For all them, you know.
Something.
No, it's just
Unbelievable.
These are all the different cars that Jenkins had. I drove all these here. They were all mine. This car here.
Now, these cars all owned, or you raced? You were the driver in these cars.
He owned them and I drove them. On this picture, these are the pit passes you got. So there might be 8,000 people there. My picture's on there in the car. So 8,000 people had my picture on. I thought that was pretty neat.
So pit passes were a lot better made.
Well, they take each day, they tear it off, and that's how you would get in. Here's right after the run in '74. They used to come. I came right back up the track, and they gave the award right there on the starting line. That's Bill and I getting the World Championship trophy.
Wow, so many iconic moments. Huh?
Oh my God, it just goes on.
And this is only a portion of your collection, huh?
Oh yeah, I got more. I got so much. The other year I did 11 shows, and to load all this unloaded at the house, and
Now, how old are you here, Larry?
as far as
Age here, you're.
huh?
How old are you in this picture?
How old? I think it was probably like 25, 26, something like
Look
that.
at the crowds, huh?
That was Epping, New Hampshire. The division championships. They gave that the helmets over there.
Yep.
The 3 years I was division champion, never lost one run. Won every round of competition.
We also have a truck actor. We have the fastest rental truck in the country in that room. So go and I happened to reschedule and I didn't realize it on Earth Day. And these guys are roller coaster. You didn't see the finish line. It was crazy. There was so much profit. Others got locked up. But all right. Andy's got his family here. We got everybody here. I want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting this fun show, this great show. Andy used to run a car show on Long Island. 1,000 cars cruising to the show. And Andy handed my dad and me the first place for that car show. I can't believe it. And years later, we meet at the Blue Room Cruises. God love me. So, what a great life I've been living. I gotta thank God and give him all the thanks in the world for us and everything he's done for us. So have a great blessed day. We'll see you all. Stop by the mountain, jump on down the hallway. Oh, we got some real cool unveilings. I gotta say that if you haven't seen the Tasmanian double, George Snizek was my hero growing up. He was right down the block. Now he's a screen guy. I'm a Valley screen guy. And now we got Bill unveiled the Accelleration down tribute car. And my son's gonna have that in his next one up some nitro.
All types of autographs here.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jeff Leary and Ken Cool. We'll be firing it up. 10 minutes, we'll back the whole team. So you want to get some nitro? Let's go ahead and twin in. You want to get start this thing up. This is awesome. This is not nostalgia what we got here. Through the room and to the right.
Back of Hall G outside. Make your way back up the ramp to the left for the second.
Nah. My name's Harold. They call me Corky. That's my nickname. This is a 1953 Henry J. I put a 51 front end on it. It was originally built in 1967 by the Shaw brothers, Bill and Rick Shaw, as you can see there. This picture right here?
Yes. And these are trophies from Peterson Memorial Dragway. It was in the Altoona area. You can see how old the picture is. Look, there's a PRR railroad car in this picture in the background.
Wow, huh?
They ran C-altered. It originally had a 283 in it. Has a 350 in it now with a 4-speed, 513 gears.
This car was campaign pretty heavy. Up to what year?
71. And
you know, it was redid this car in 2013. This is 2017. This is 40 years from the original date that this picture was at. Picture was taken to the same place all 3 times.
So Henry J, just a little fact out to share with our viewers. So Henry J, without the badge on it, was actually one of the Sears robot catalog cars back in the day with a 4-cylinder, right?
Yeah, they built the Henry J, and it came with either a 6-cylinder or a 4-cylinder. There are 3 speeds. You could get overdrive. They were sold last year by Sears as all states. They were $995 in the catalog.
Crazy, huh? So you actually, you had a garage, your dad had a garage?
No, I grew up and I met these guys when I was 17. Wow. My neighbor had a Henry J set in his backyard for years when I was growing up, and I always thought they were cool.
And then the inside here. Open the door here. This is the way it was, right? Not altered at all since then. Beautiful. What kind of numbers did it do on the track?
Well, when I put it together, I put an older motor in I had, so I haven't really had a good run on the car because the motor was actually run 3 years in a late model stock car I built for my brother. We ran it 3 years, finished in the top 5. It laid in plastic from 97 to 2013, and it actually fired right up, had super oil pressure. So we've just been using it to take and show. I plan on freshening the motor up for it this next year. Has a V-gate shifter in it, so you just put it straight and forward, pull it straight back and forth. Row through the gears, 1, 2, 3, 4, right in a row. With LT1 pistons in it, we offset stroke to crank to get a little more compression out of it. It's got fuelie heads on it. That's a Hawley strip dominator intake. I used to run that on my front engine dragster back in the 80s, and I saved it in the carburetor and put it on there.
So would they make this into like, this is like considered a gasser?
It was a C-Alter.
C-Alter, so you push that into the firewall pretty deep.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, huh? This is the actual engine that was campaigned?
No, this is another motor. They had a 283 in it originally.
Wow.
It was run with a 283 3-speed because you got to remember that was 67 back in the day.
Harold, man, thank you for sharing the story. Awesome.
Thank you for spending time with me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's it.
Been to the museum? No. Can I give you a brochure about it?
And then the big pole building out back, which is what.
How you doing there?
That's like an 8-inch drop, that's it. The only American driver in this. We got a 65 hardtop side by side with the post car. Very cool. Don't very much see that. 65 double dare Plymouth with the post.